Hey, it's Latoya, and I'm back with another edition of what I bought at the salon this week. But this is more like what I bought at the salon this month because I've been so busy, I have not had enough time to film this video. So I got a lot of products to show y'all today. So the first product I'm going to show you is color. Y'all know I live for me a good demi color. And this is my Joico Lumishine is the brand. They used to make the Joico in a cream demi that I loved, which was in a box similar to this one, but they only make it in the gloss now. But if you've seen Miss Janice on my page, this is her color, this 7WC. I used to use the 6CG, I think it was, that was in the cream. Love that one, but they don't make it anymore. So this gets mixed with the 5-volume developer. If you use Paul Mitchell, theirs goes with the liquid, but the Lumishine pairs with the cream. And this works awesome. You can use it immediately after a relaxer. Same day, you don't have to wait. The hair is not going to fall off because this has no ammonia in the color. It's a low volume developer peroxide that you use with it, but there is no ammonia. So this is excellent if you have gray hair. And if you see her picture, which I'll try to insert it here, there's no lifting, there's no bleaching, there's no nothing on her hair. But this color, which is deposit only, which is like, it's kind of like paint to a degree, but it just deposits. There's no lifting of the hair. So if you have gray hair, you're not relegated to having black hair. You can have different colors. You can do the copper, which is her color, and then I'll show you another option also. This is the other color that I love to use, which I've told you about on my page. This is the Color Charm, but this is the demi color. And Keisha, who I'll insert her picture here, I'm going to give y'all her secret formula. Don't tell her I gave it to y'all. But I mix half of the 5RR with half of the 5VV. I've tried the RR by itself before. It gives like an orangey tone. But if I mix these two together, that is her formula. She has a lot of gray hair. So everywhere you see red, again, deposit only color. And that is again mixed with the 5-volume developer. I use the 5-volume developer from Lumishine. It's easy, it's accessible. So I just use that for both the Lumishine color as well as the Weller. But I love these colors. As you can see, I have a ton of them. I actually stole one out before I was able to make the video. But love the Weller Demi. On one of my favorites, which is the y'all guessed it, Crazy Sexy Curl. This is the foam that I keep on hand, and it was on sale this week at the professional store. So some people do ask, where can I get this larger bottle? It's pro size, but you can get the 7-ounce size. This is what's in retail stores. It's the same product, but just the larger one, you know, is for professionals. So you would take this off and then put this inside your same bottle, just reuse it. But guess what? I got a secret that I've been holding out on. Instead of using this bottle, you know, a lot of times we pump these bottles and they get hard to push after a while and like, you know, get all sticky and everything. I have an alternative solution that I came up with because, again, sometimes like if I'm doing somebody's hair and I have to try to pump with both hands, if my hands are slippery, guess what I came up with? I said it has to be some kind of way to spray with your, you know, just your pointer finger instead of having to pump that bottle that way, just to hold something down. So I saw this girl on the video and she had this bottle. She had this bottle here, but she would not say where she got it from. So me and my little handy Samsung over here, always team Samsung, I did a reverse image search and I looked and looked and looked and I finally found the bottle. I'll try to link it for y'all. I had linked it before, but it went away. I don't know if the supplier ran out or what happened, but I found the bottle. So this is so cool. Watch what it does. You just hold down right here. So that's what you have. And you can just put it right on the client's head or put it in your hand. I love it. So when looking for that, I ran into a solution for myself. And then I was like, well, let me try a different one. So I told Simone, I said, okay, I'm going to try this bottle that I just showed you and you try this one. She made a video about it and we loved it. She loved it so much. I said, well, I need to try that bottle too. So I actually got one for myself. So this is, yes, a soap dispenser. And I love this one because you can control how much product comes out on this side here. So it'll dispense a little or it'll dispense a lot. And if I'm working on somebody and I'm twisting, I just hold my hand under there. Hands free, the product comes out. Love it. So I have this linked in my Amazon store, but hands-free dispensing of your foam. No more pushing down those foam bottles. Moving along for cleaning products. I'm the one that has to clean the salon. I am a landlord. I have not made a large, big announcement, but I took over the salon. I think it's been 2 years. Yeah, I guess congratulations. It went by so fast. I have the hand soap that goes into the foaming hand soap dispenser. And this one is attached to the wall. but I have the pink grapefruit soap. I think right now we have vanilla in there. So I want to try a different fragrance. If I purchased 4 of these separately, it'd be $119, and I got it for $89. So I saved $30 by buying them in bulk. So this, of course, goes into the restroom. I bought some clarifying shampoo. This is from K18. I generally say clarifying shampoo is clarifying shampoo. You want to remove all of the product buildup off of the hair, but I've been seeing this a lot, and I saw Jovan Ford Beauty, whom I love, and he mentioned this shampoo, so I said I want to try it out. I haven't used it yet, so I'll come back with a review video on what I thought about it. We have some vitamins. We have the saw palmetto extract as well as the pumpkin seed oil. So if you are having thinning hair, the saw palmetto extract is really good, as well as the pumpkin seed. This is both actually are DHT blockers. DHT is dihydrotestosterone. And basically what happens is your hair follicle is the hole that your hair comes out of. And the DHT will go in and attack the follicle, and it'll make the strand smaller, which is called miniaturization. And after a while, just no hair continues to come out. So this is supposed to block that DHT from attacking the follicle and will allow your hair to grow. So Selena Simone, she posted a video recently because we did discover it on accident. She had been taking the vitamins. I had no idea. So when I did her color, the demi color in the video that's posted here, and people kept saying, oh, the color wasn't going to last. It was going to fade. So I was trying to prove a point that the color actually lasted. So I was like, oh, okay, it looks like it grew pretty good. So you got about 2 inches of new growth. She was like, oh, okay, so the vitamins are working. I'm like, what vitamins? So she talked about the saw palmetto and the pumpkin seed oil. So apparently, normally her hair only grows a ½ inch. And we noted that when I did the smoothing treatment on her, I think she says about 3 or 4 years ago now, and I counted from where the hair had grown out normal rate of growth, which is 1/2 inch per month. But with this, she seemed to get a little extra. Caution anyone. The pumpkin seed oil is fine, but the saw palmetto, this is really, really good for men who have any kind of prostate issue, or again, like I said, with blocking the DHT. But you just want your blood work done ahead of time and get them done in between. And you want to make sure that your liver is okay. I have a client that's a doctor, and I asked her about it while she was here. And she said they're fine to take, but again, just make sure your levels of your liver are good. And that's with anything. You know, you can take too much vitamin A, you can take too much vitamin E. So just, again, they're generally safe to take, but just, you know, make sure you're being precautious, making sure that your liver enzymes are good. All right, the next product we have is the Extreme Line Gel. Wet Line Extreme Gel. I had to figure out what the name of it was. But this I use on people who want a firmer wash and go, or a lot of my clients that have tighter textures. I use this gel. It rinses really nicely. When you come in, you can just slide it right off the hair. I use this on, like I said, clients that have tighter textures, and it gives a really nice hold. It's not crunchy. It seems like it at first, but it's not. You can just scrunch it away if you want. But she comes in after a week. Hair still looks great, still has definition. I love this product. I buy this. It comes in a 6-pack for $30. So it makes it $5 each. And I buy that off Amazon versus you going to the store and paying $9, $10 or whatever it costs for one container. This is great. Love this product. I bought these towels. I hate these towels. So do not buy these. If you see this brand, Protex towels with bleach guard don't work. They stain. They're hard. They're dry. I hate them. Don't buy them. This is what they look like. It's like see-through. They're so cheap. They're hard. It feels like a shop towel, like in a garage or something like that. I hate these. I hate that I bought them, but they were on sale. Must have been why they were on sale. They wanted to get rid of their inventory because they probably couldn't move any more of them. Don't buy those towels. They're gross. We have my favorite relaxer system of all time, Affirm. I love Affirm, and this is the Fiber Guard, which I've been using for a while. Fiber Guard was made for people with color-treated hair, and it's their conditioning relaxer system, and it preserves 25% more strength in your hair. It does not make the hair bone straight, which is what most clients want. You do want to leave some texture in the hair, especially when you're doing color. So this product is actually made for that, and I guess I can go ahead and to show you how to use the system, because this system is different than most. Dr. Ali Sayed, he created this system to be done so when you rinse the relaxer, you don't go in automatically with the neutralizer shampoo. This is step 1. actually is step 2, because you should base the scalp first. That's step 1. And this base that goes with the Affirm system is called Gentle Assurance. I use my Nairobi base. I have not had an issue with it rinsing or anything like that, but that's what I use. But this is step 2 in the system. And then, like I said, instead of going in with your neutralizing shampoo first, he created it to go, this is step 3, which is the sustenance. So his theory was, instead of relaxing the hair and then closing the cuticle with a neutralizing shampoo, why not take advantage of the fact that the cuticle is open and condition it while it's still open instead of closing and opening it? So this is actually the step that goes on after the relaxer. And it tells you to put it on, leave it on for, I think it says 5 minutes at the sink. You let the client sit, then you rinse it out, and then you go in with your neutralizing shampoo. And that is your step. You don't have to add an extra conditioning step if you don't want to. It's already been done in that order. So if you're getting any type of Affirm system, even their regular system, it was done the same way. They just had the Positive Link was the moisturizing conditioner. And if I'm not mistaken, it was called 5-in-1 is a reconstructor. Same steps. You do the conditioner before you do the neutralizer. So again, I have been using this system vast majority of my clients. I have a few over the years. I've tried some other systems, but I always come back to this one. That's my baby. All right, back to the bathroom. We have these automatic toilet cleaners, which I have not tried yet. So I try my best. Try to keep everything nice and tidy. I don't like to walk into a bathroom. I used to work at JCPenney. Oh my God, I hated it because it was always disgusting. I used to go upstairs to the employee bathroom like 5 minutes away, just keep from going downstairs. But I do love my clients. They keep it nice in there. Like I said, I keep the bleach spray in there. I keep the wipes. So we try to keep everything nice and tidy. So this is something that I had to buy. As a salon owner, you have to add a few different products to your regimen, that products that you order off Amazon. Something that is very important to us as hairstylists, really truck drivers, anybody that stands on their feet and that sit for a long time all day. I have a client that works at a vein clinic, and I've always heard that we should use compression stockings, but just being hard-headed, never used them. And the correct shoes make a difference also. But she started telling me about venous insufficiency. And if you stand on your feet all day, you know, your legs get tired after a while. She said that's the blood pooling in your legs. So what the compression stockings do is it puts pressure on your legs, so it allows the blood to recirculate and, you know, to recirculate through your body. So we should wear these. What can start to happen is you can start to have issues with your veins. She said your veins will stop working correctly, and it can lead to venous ulcers, which you will get actual ulcers on your legs. I'm not going to insert the pictures. You can go look it up if you want. So I said, okay, let me put on my compression socks, if, you know, as men, they don't want to wear stockings. But I've tried the Copper Fit. I think this one is a level 15. I don't know if 15 pounds of pressure per. This is a level 15. These are level 25. I got these off Amazon, and it says 20 to 30 mmHg compression is what it says. And when you put these things on, I've gone out of here after a very long day and your legs still feel super light. So it helps with the circulation in your legs. Anybody that has diabetes, if you have neuropathy, anything like that, you definitely should be wearing compression socks. The only thing, my thing is if it's an older person, is like, how do they get these on? Because they can be very hard to put on. But they say to put them on first thing in the morning, and then end of the night, you take them off. But these are super, super important. They are not, I always thought they were just for if you don't want to get, what do they call them? Varicose veins. That's what I thought. But they are for more than that. So make sure you keep these on hand. Tell somebody, spread the word. We should all, if we're standing for long periods of time or sitting long periods of time, we should be wearing compression socks. Almost forgot about my needles. These are from Amazon. This is 20 needles, and I got a little spool of thread for $6.99. Now, I went on tonight to be able to go and get the price and the link, and I saw they have 50 needles. They have the larger needles, and they also have the smaller ones with no thread, because I buy my own thread, so didn't even see that, for $7.99. So you get 50 of these needles for $7.99. You can't beat that, because I think at the hair store they're $1 a piece. So this is a good buy, very good buy. And I'm going to preview. Y'all know I've been talking a lot about Nairobi. This is the famous Nairobi foam. And yes, I buy it in this gallon bottle that I do put inside my small pump bottle. But as I showed you earlier, I don't use the pump. I use this because it's easier. I'm actually going to do a separate video, and I'm going to show you the rest of the products that I got from Nairobi. I have been using Nairobi for at least 20 years because I started buying it from him. I've been in and out of the hair industry for a minute, but when I first got my license, it was about like 2004 somewhere in there. So yeah, it's been about 21 years I've been using their products. I love their products. So again, this is just a preview. I'm going to make another video showing you all the stuff I bought from Nairobi. All right, I have some Amika products. I know how much Amika is loved right now. And I wanted to try, this is their Forget Frizz line, which you know is getting ready to be silk press season. So I want to try the whole line on somebody. I'm looking for a volunteer. Hopefully I can find somebody who wants to participate. But I bought the anti-frizz shampoo, the anti-frizz conditioner, and we also have the hydrating anti-frizz treatment, which is their leave-in spray, and also the Velveteen Dream Smoothing Balm. I got to see what's the difference between the spray and the balm. This is also, I've had this for a while. It's the anti-humidity spray, which is called the Shield. So we'll use a combination of these and see how they work. Coming up for silk press season, y'all, or below-vember, as Ray Torgano likes to say. All right, so that was all my products that I bought for the salon this month. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it was long, but thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it.